Once upon a time, in a quiet town surrounded by red soil and whispering forest, there lived a man named Nduka. He was an ordinary trader with big dreams but empty pockets. Every day he struggled to feed his wife Ebo and their only son. But in his heart, something dark was growing: greed. This is a story by Ivie. Please like, comment and share. Thank you. Each morning, Nduka would sit in front of his small shop watching rich men drive past in fine cars. He would clench his fist and mutter under his breath, "God, when will it be my turn?" His wife, Ebo, always prayed. She would say, "Patience, my husband. The same God that blesses others will bless us too." But Nduka had grown tired of waiting. He wanted wealth now. One evening, his old friend Kola visited from the city, wearing gold chains and perfume that filled the air. Kola laughed as he counted bundles of cash. "My brother," he whispered, "there's a way. But it's not for the faint of heart." That night, Nduka's destiny took a turn he would never recover from. Under the red moonlight, Kola led him deep into the forest. Owls cried, bats flew above, and the wind carried strange voices. In the middle of the forest stood an old hut, the shrine of the Idol of Night. Inside, an ancient priest with white eyes sat before a carved statue dripping with palm oil and blood. The priest spoke in a deep voice. "The Idol of Night gives riches, but he must take something precious in return." Nduka's voice trembled. "What will he take?" The priest smiled. "A tear. From someone you love." For a moment, Nduka hesitated. But then he remembered the hunger, the shame, the mockery, and he agreed. He dropped his blood on the idol and repeated the oath. That night, the forest roared. The trees bowed. And the wind whispered his name, Nduka. In just 1 week, everything changed. His small shop became a big warehouse. His name echoed across town, Chief Nduka the Blessed. He bought cars, built mansions, and dressed in white every Sunday, pretending to be a man of faith. But at night, something else woke him. A soft sound. A woman's cry. Sometimes, whispers echoed from the corners of his mansion. Ebo complained. "My husband, this house feels heavy. There's no peace here." But Nduka brushed her off. "Nonsense. You women worry too much." He didn't know the idol had already begun collecting his price. One morning, their son fell mysteriously ill. He screamed in pain, burning with fever no doctor could explain. The more they prayed, the worse he became. Ebo knelt beside the bed, crying. "Let's take him to the church, Nduka. Please." But Nduka refused. "No pastor will take what I worked for. This house runs on my blood and sweat." 3 days later, the child took his last breath. And at that exact moment, the idol in the forest smiled. Ebo was never the same again. She would sit at the corner of the room, staring at her son's empty bed, whispering prayers that no one could hear. One night, she woke up screaming, "There's something in this house. I saw a shadow crying beside me." Nduka shouted at her, "Enough of this madness." But deep down, fear had already entered his heart. Months later, Ebo died in her sleep, her eyes open, and 2 red tears on her cheeks. Now, Nduka was alone, surrounded by gold and silence. Driven by guilt, Nduka returned to the forest. The shrine was still there, untouched. The idol still dripping oil, still smiling. He screamed, "You deceived me. You took everything." The priest appeared from the shadows. "No, Nduka. You gave everything. In exchange for dust." In rage, Nduka poured petrol around the shrine and set it on fire. As the flames rose, the wind began to wail, crying voices of every soul that had served the idol. You can't destroy what lives inside you, the wind whispered. Your tears will join ours. The next morning, villagers found only ashes, and the idol, untouched, with a single tear carved on its face. They say on certain nights, if you walk near that forest, you can hear a man crying softly. Forgive me. Forgive me. And the idol's tear glows faintly in the moonlight. Moral lesson. When you bow to darkness for wealth, it doesn't just take your soul, it takes your joy, one tear at a time.